Zafar, I see you're with us. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you on Friday.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I hope you guys have had a great week. I miss y'all. It was a crazy week last week for me. And it's so good to see everybody. And Friday's a fun day. It really is. You get paid on Friday, and it's either a day that you go, wow, I love my check, or you go, wow, I got to improve my check. It's really one of the two, like that happens. And for me, it's I no matter what it is, and it's not that I'm not grateful for what I have. It's okay to have goals and want to strive for more. So what I do is I always see it and I go, wow, I'm so thankful for what I have. And then I go, I wonder what it's going to take to double that. And it's kind of a unique way of thinking. Um, as you guys know, you've heard me say that you'll never get what you want if you cannot be grateful for what you have, right? So one of the things is I'm very, very grateful for everything, no matter what my paycheck was. Ever since I became an agent in secret, I can't tell you that I've thought this way my whole life, because I gratitude came into my life later on. It was when I heard my daughter's heartbeat for the first time. That's when your gratitude entered my heart, my whole body. And after that moment, I know that my whole life, my whole business, my whole everything changed, was because of my mentality. And gratitude has stayed with me, thank God. And it's something that, I did a call this morning at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, 5:30. So that was my first call of the day. And one of the questions from a lady was, she was talking to me about her challenges. And she said, I have this going on with my health. We have someone that passed away in our family. And she brought up all of these challenges. And she said, how can I be happy and build my business with excitement? She goes, because you said to be happy and excited when you build your business. She said, how can I be happy and excited when I have all this stuff going on? And I told her, I said, listen, my answer is going to be very simple. My answer is going to sound easier. It's easier to say than to do. My answer is going to sound like I'm giving it to you so fast and so quick, and that it's so simple that it's going to sound like I don't respect what you're going through or understand the challenges. I said, that's not the case. I said, the fact is everybody's going through stuff. And to them, and to people, their stuff is their stuff. Like, I'm going through more than what you even understand. That's the mentality people have. And you can't say yours is more than mine. That's the mentality that people have when they're going through stuff. And so what I told her is that I can't tell you that your stuff is less than somebody else's. I can't tell you that your stuff is more, but to you it is. So to you, it's so important. I said, how do you become happy and excited to do this business? I said, first, I would take out a piece of paper and a pen, and I would write down everything that you're grateful for. Look, let me give you an example. You should be grateful that you have two eyes that can see. Some people have one or none at this very moment. There are people that live within 5 miles or kilometers of all of you, including me, 5 miles of us, that one of the things I'm going to mention, they don't have and they would kill for. You have two eyes you can see out of. You have two ears you can hear out of. You have a nose you can breathe out of. You have a mouth you can smile and chew and eat and breathe and do. You have that. You have hands. Right now most of you have a pen and paper that you're taking notes. You have the ability to write down things. And there are people that don't. Right now, there are people that don't have the ability to bend their knee, let alone walk. I said, if you take the time to make a list of what you're grateful for, and realize that there are people that would kill to be where you're at. It'll increase your gratitude of your life and who you are and what you really have. Does that make your challenges go away? No. Does it make you appreciate what you have? Yes. So if you're asking, what do you have to be happy for or excited for? It's that. This was my conversation with her. It was a group of people this morning, right? This was, so I did a call with Colombia at 5:30, and then I did a call with France at 6:30. And now we're all together here at 9. And so, the thing about it is that, people ask, questions. People ask, one of the questions that was asked to me was, Muzaffar, how is it that I can help somebody become successful when I haven't become successful yet? And I remember saying that 25 years ago, and they told me, Muzaffar, stop making it about you. My first mentor told me, go help 5 people get what they want. You'll never have to worry about what you want. Now, all of you want to make money. So this is not about, hey, let's not make money. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to have success. What I got to tell you is that if you're brand new or you don't have a good enough rank, that good enough rank is in your mentality more than it is anything. But if you don't have the rank that you want, instead of looking at what you don't have, people go, how can I recruit somebody if I don't have the rank that I want? Or they ask me, what rank am I? You tell them the truth. Look, I'm brand new. I thought you've been in the business for a little while. That's still new. And I'm building this. And we're going to go to bronze together. We're going to go royale together. We're going to go silver together. Listen, let me tell you something. It's one of the reasons why I look at, Jesse Mack, right? Like, it took him 9 years to go Crown Royale. 9 years to go Crown Royale. But he never sat there in 9 years and said, well, I'm not a Crown Royale. I can't help other people get there, right? Like, I'm going to tell you right now, there are people in my business right now that have gone red diamond faster than I did to go red diamond, right? Like, they went red diamond faster than it took me. There's a lady that just went crown in 2 months. I'm not a crown yet. They're supposed to, guys, people in your business are supposed to do it faster than you. Will everybody? No. Will some people? Yes. As long as you don't let your stuff get in the way of their success. Don't let your stuff get in the way of their success. Allow them to go faster than you. Allow them to have success faster than you. Allow them to help you. That's this business. And people go, oh, Muzaffar, if I was a red diamond making the money you're making, I would be happier. I would be more excited, But I'm going to tell you guys right now, the happiness and excitement for me came before I was red diamond. It came before the money. That's what actually attracted the people into my life, attracted the people into my business. That's what really happened. And it was, for most of you, you don't know me 5 years ago. There are a couple people that do. Trish knows me about 4.5 years ago. Ben knows me exactly 5+ years ago. Leah met me about 4.5 years ago. Like, I had been in the company for 6 months and then I met Leah. I was in the company for about 6 months and I met Trish. I was in the company literally for a day or two and I was on the phone with Ben Bradshaw. So, and they'll tell you that my excitement level for this business, if you would have talked to me then, it sounds identical to how I am now. Like, I was this excited. I do a presentation with this much happiness, this much focus. It's just the mentality. My mentality today is different in the fact of when I first came to Secret as a corporate executive, I didn't have the conviction that I was going to be here till the end. Like, I had no idea. I loved Isaac. I loved everything. There's a difference. Today, I know for a fact that this is home. Oh my gosh. Tell me that's not who I think it is. Man, is that Corey? That looks like him in the picture. Corey, hey buddy. Oh my God. I'm so glad you're on this call. I haven't seen you in a long time. If you can hear me, I just want to say hello. It's good to see you on Corey's probably one of the most respectful guys I have met, that I have met. And man, it is you. Hey,
What up, bud?
man, welcome home, brother. I
Thank
missed you, man. I remember we had done a training here in Arizona, everybody, and literally I invited everybody over to my house to play basketball and hang out and whatever. And out of everybody that came, right? Like I was talking to my wife, and she goes, "Who's that guy? He's one of the most respectful people I've met." And I go, "Who?" She goes, "The tall one." And I go, "That's Corey." She goes, "He's so thoughtful and respectful in how he was in our home and how he treated our home and my daughters and my family." And everybody was there and everybody was respectful and everybody was kind and everybody was respectful in my house. But Corey, I want you to know, man, you left a lasting impression, brother. It's so
Thank
good
you.
to see you,
Thank
man.
you.
So good to see
Your
you.
wife makes the best food, by the way.
Thank you.
Absolutely. The best food. Almost as good as my mom's, but
Oh,
it was
man.
still pretty good.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Well, this is so good. I want all of you to know something. It's amazing. We all understand that sometimes life gets in the way and people have to take care of things in their life. And what I love is when it's like a homecoming and you see friends and you see people come back and this is a time that is never going to be forgotten. We're at this moment in time right now in secret that it's the history books are being written. See, the thing about when history is written, a lot of people don't know that it's history being written when it's being written. What people know is when it's done and they look back and go, "Oh my goodness, that was history." But there are moments in time where people realize that what we're doing is going down in history, like what we're doing. This is that moment. I just want y'all to know this is that moment of time of where Secret is at, that what we're doing literally is being written in the history books. Travel is coming in a matter of weeks, everybody. And what you're going to see is you're going to see a whole new level of people coming into Secret, volume increasing in Secret, checks going up in Secret, this happiness happening in Secret, even though we've already had some of that. We've already had people that fell in love with the product. I did a call Wednesday night. We haven't spoken, right? We haven't spoken since Wednesday night. We did a call Wednesday night with 70 rubies and above in Asia, right? So 70 people that were rubies and above in Asia. And one lady that's a blue diamond said, "I'm so excited to be at Secret. I haven't received my package yet as a blue diamond. Maybe I'll receive it when I go crown, but I'm still working." And because there's been so many shipping issues to where she is in Asia and customs holding her product, it hasn't stopped her. She's like, "I know that it's not Secret. I know it's the shipping company. I know that we have a home." And she was thanking Isaac on this call. She's like, "Isaac, I'm a blue diamond and it's okay. I'm waiting for the product. I'll be patient. And if I get it by the time I go crown, I'll still be happy." Like I got so excited with that comment. Here's a lady that in the last 2 months has built a blue diamond business and she hasn't even touched or felt or tasted a product yet because of her belief. Now her team has received product. Her team has gotten product. Then she had, there's a lady in her business that's a red diamond, right? There's a lady in her business. And she's telling everybody, "Do you know how I became successful so fast?" And now I'm sitting there going, "Hey, man, she went red diamond in 2 months. She kicked my butt. I'm taking notes. I don't care what anybody's saying. I'm writing this stuff down." And she says, "How I became so excited and successful in this business." She goes, "So far, I have tried, I think 66 or 67 Secret products. 66 or 67 secret products. And I tell everybody in my team to try as many of the products as you can because it's your business. And this is what she's saying. Like I'm sitting there going, hey, this is what I teach, right? Like, but she doesn't understand me because she's speaking in Mandarin and somebody's translating. So I'm listening to the translator speak what this lady is speaking. And she's saying, I've tried 67 products. And I'm sitting there going, I don't know how many I've tried. Like I was almost dumbfounded for a second, right? Like, because I don't know my number. Like realistically, do you know your number? Like, do y'all know your number? Like, how does she know her number? Like, she didn't say 60 something, you know what I mean? Like, she knows her number, like what she tried, you know, but it makes sense. And she goes, this is a business. This is a business. Like, I'm excited that I've already tried this many. And my goal is to have tried all of them. And I'm going, man, slacker. How many of you try? Like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how many have I tried? Literally this morning, I started to count because I'm sitting there going, okay, I'm in between calls. I did a 5:30 Colombia and a 6:30 France. I'm in between calls. I need to really sit down and figure out my number, because if somebody asks me my number and I don't have my number, like, do y'all know your number? Like, realistically, like, do you know your number? Like, how many have you actually tried? And I really don't know if somebody can say all. Like, people want to say all, but let's just be real. Have you tried all? Like, there are different sheet masks. Have you tried all? There's different moisturizers. Have you tried all? There's different face washes. Have you tried all? There's 2 different soaps, 1 different body. Right, lots. Nothing. I'm not knocking it, Genevieve. Genevieve's going, you know, we've tried lots. I'm not saying that, right? That was me. Like me, I'm going, I've tried lots. I'm just telling you that this lady knew her number. I'm saying this specifically because this is her business. This is what she was saying. This is my business, and I know my business. And this is how many I've tried. And it was like, I was going, oh my gosh. And she said, so number 1, I've tried almost 67 products, right? Number 1. She goes, number 2, we do presentations every hour for 12 to sometimes 14 hours straight. And I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, slacker. Like, I'm talking to myself, right? Like, and now, is the point of this message to you to do 12 to 14 hours a day? No, it's not the point of my message. So don't read into my message in that format. I'm telling you what she said. Now, what is my message? My message is give your best and highest effort, yours. You don't have to do her, because you may not want what she wants in the time frame that she wants it. You may not have the life situations going on that she has going on. Yours might be different. The point of this message is to do your best. If your best is 1 hour a day, and that's the time frame that you have, give that 1 hour a day your best and highest effort. What I'm saying for everything that she has is she's specific, because that's her best. You can hear it. That's her best and highest effort. What I always tell people is don't compare yourself to somebody else. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you better than you were yesterday? Well, and it doesn't have to be this much better. It's did you learn one thing more today than you learned yesterday? Does this call help you with one more thing than what you learned yesterday? And if the answer is yes, fantastic. And if it's not this call, then I hope it's something today that gives you one more piece, one more step versus yesterday, to help you grow, to help you develop, to help you become better. Maybe you go, well, you know, I've heard some of this information before, but this is a great reminder. Great. So that reminder is one step better than yesterday, because you didn't have the reminder yesterday. So my point of the exercise is number one, give your best and highest effort. Number 2, be one step better than yesterday, and try to do that every day. Every day. Try to increase every day. Try to be one step higher, one step better, one step further in your business. Now, what I'll tell you is that the other thing that I am sit back and I get a chance to sit back and look at, and as people ask questions, you know, I get different types of questions, right? Whether it's comp plan related questions, if it's business related questions, if it's personal development related questions, if it's how do I talk to somebody I don't know? How do I talk to somebody on social media? How do I talk to a professional? How do I build NFR? There's always questions, right? And we're here to help you no matter what those questions are. But one of the things that I want to touch on is when you look at our system and you look at our business and you look at what we do, one of the things that is very important in our business is what's called the trust, respect triangle, right? The trust, respect triangle. So what happens is that when you're building this business and you are introducing a contact, now, if it's somebody you know, that means you already have a relationship. If it's somebody you don't know, then somebody's got to build a relationship with that person. Either way, a relationship has to be built. So there's two parts to this whole triangle. One is the relationship, and the other one is the expert, right? So there's you, the contact, the expert. So it's three, which is a triangle. Between you and your contact, the person that you're going to introduce to this business, there has to be a relationship. There's already a relationship between you and the expert because you're working together. So that relationship is there. But there has to be a relationship between you and your new business partner. Think about it, right? Like, you know, for example, if you work with Lisa McKenzie, you and Lisa already have a relationship. If she's your expert, you work with her. You guys have a relationship. And if you have a new person and nobody has a relationship with that new person, you're not going to build a successful business. So number one, somebody has to have the relationship. Somebody does. Please write that down. Write down that, and this whole thing is called the trust, respect triangle. That's what it's called, the trust, respect triangle. Somebody has to have the relationship. Somebody does. Please write down that you cannot have the relationship and be the expert at the same time. You cannot have the relationship and be the expert at the same time. You can, it'll be difficult. So when I say you can, I'm saying that you'll build a better business when you separate the two, when you keep the relationship and the expert separate. So you build a relationship. Leah Johns is my new contact. I create a relationship with Leah. I'm the one that's going to be her relationship, her friend, her business partner, the person that talks to her every day, connects with her, goes through this. But I'm going to introduce her to my expert, Lisa, or my expert, Ben, or my expert, Heather, or my expert, Trish. It doesn't matter as long as it's somebody other than you. But then it does matter, Mazafar. It does matter. I want to use a diamond. You can use whoever you want to use. But remember that your new person doesn't know the difference between someone that's a diamond agent and someone that's a silver agent unless you tell it to them. And it's what you say, how you act, what you do. You know, I don't look at my rank versus another person's rank. Now, do I want an expert that is practicing, is building, is confident, is excited, is happy? Yes. I'm not going to use a person that's new and scared and doesn't know the information as an expert. I get that part. Whenever I say that anybody other than you can be an expert, is it true? Yes, it is. Does that mean that you want to use someone that just signed up yesterday as your expert? No. Could you? Yes. What helps this whole process is called edification, right? Edification doesn't mean that you're worshiping another human being. That's not what it is, right? Because for me, I worship God, right? And that's just what it is. But what I'm telling you is edification is important because it opens the ears of another person. So if Ben is my expert and Leah is my friend, or Leah is someone that I met on social media, right? And I sent Leah a message on social media, and I said, on Facebook, I sent Leah a message going, "Excuse me, could you help me?" And Leah goes, "Yeah, what's going on?" And I said, "Leah, listen, obviously we're friends on Facebook. My name is Mazaffer. We really don't know each other that well. We've just been friends for a little while, but my company's in the process of expanding in Canada in 3 major areas of our company. And I'm looking for some driven, motivated people to help us with our growth. Do you know somebody like that in Canada?" And Leah may go, "Me, I've been open. I've been looking for something." Listen, fantastic, Leah. What I'd love to do is connect you with one of the people that is leading the growth in our company, and they'll be able to give you 100% of the information. This person's name is Ben Bradshaw, and he's one of the most successful individuals that I know. He's had significant promotions in our company. Right now, we're doing over 200 million a year, and he's one of the most significant leaders there are. He'll share with you our company, our growth, the fun we're having, how we're experiencing the world, helping people. He'll give you all the information. We'll find out more about you. And if we like what we see with you, great. And if not, no big deal. And if you like what you see with us, we can move forward. And if not, no big deal. Fantastic, Mazaffer. Listen, I'm going to connect you. What's happening is, and I would talk about Ben a little bit more. You know what I love about him is he's a great father, a great husband, more importantly than how he is as a business person. But knowing what he does in the business world and in his personal life, it's got me excited that he's become like a mentor to me. And I'm really excited for you to get a chance to meet him. When I set this meeting up, have a notepad and pen, because what he's going to share with you is going to be really important and life-changing for you. Right. And the thing is that it doesn't have to be, "Oh my God, he walks on water." Like he really does. He can spit fire. I promise you, he can. No, all you got to do is tell a couple of facts about him and some of your opinions about him. And you can do that with anybody, ladies and gentlemen. People don't know what a diamond agent is unless they're in our business. They don't know what a red diamond is unless they're in our business. Right. And I want you to understand. Right. I can do a separate recording for you on edification, Ben, just for you, for Lauren, and I'll send that over in a WhatsApp message, and she can hear how amazing you are. I got you on that one. But just so all of you know, is this right here is it's so important. It really helps out. And then I connect Leah with Ben, and Ben sits there and says, "Hey, Leah, it's a pleasure to meet you. This is fantastic. Mazaffer was telling me quite a bit about you. Look, I want you to understand something. I know that you guys just met on social media because he told me, and I know he's talking about me right now, but you have to understand what he has done. And then his job is to re-edify me in front of my new prospect. That doesn't make me the expert immediately, but what it does is it makes my new prospect, especially if they don't know me, or even if they do, it makes them go, wow, this guy is successful." But he was telling me about Ben, and that guy's telling me about him, man. And subconsciously, they're gonna go, "I just want to be around these guys, because if I'm around them, they're gonna talk good about me." You know why? Because at their work, most people don't get talked good about. Most, I'm not saying all, most people are told what they do wrong. Most people are told that even nothing at that. And now they're seeing 2 guys talking about each other, right? If I'm introducing, Trish, who's my long-term friend, and her kids babysit my kids, and her and her husband and me and Fozia play games, and we act stupid together and all that type of stuff. And she's like my little sister. And then I introduce her to the business, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, listen, Trish, I'm going to introduce you to this lady named Leah. Man, she's in Canada. She's absolutely amazing. She has been with the company for several years. She's not just like one of the originals, but she's somebody that's excelled in this company. Canada would not have grown the way it did without her. And I'm excited. I'm going to have, X amount of time with her to connect you. Look, Trish, you're like my little sister. Just don't make me look bad. Don't tell her any bad stories about me, right? Like, this is really important. I'm getting you on the phone with her, right? And I'm setting the stage for my friend. I would talk to my friend differently than I would talk to somebody I met online that I don't know that's a stranger, but either way, I would be elevating my expert. The whole key, and I keep it that way through my business, guys. What happens is the closer you become, the closer you become, the higher the trust goes, the lower the respect goes. And it's one of the things that I do my best to maintain, for example, with Isaac, because even though Isaac and I have become like brothers and we've become very close friends, he's still my CEO. And no matter what, I still maintain my level of respect for him. And when I'm on a call, I'm always edifying my expert. You know, one of the best compliments that I think I received on Wednesday, you guys did a huddle. Were you guys on Wednesday's huddle with Matt? I think Matt Morse did Wednesday's huddle. And if you were not on there, I'm positive he did a great job. I was in meetings, but I'm positive Matt did a great job. He's a great guy. I've known him since 2008. But I want to tell you something. When we were in private meetings, when all this was going down between World Ventures and Secret, and one day we're in a meeting, and Matt said to his friends, the other leaders, and he said, "Do you guys see this?" And they all stopped. Matt said, "Do you see how he talks about Isaac? And he means it. And he has Isaac's back, and Isaac has his." Matt said, "That's all I've ever wanted." And I got to tell you something. I sat there and listened to that. And I was so grateful that that's what he saw. And I'm going to tell you why. Please write this down. Communication is not my intention, unfortunately. Communication is what people perceive and receive. That's communication. That's real communication. It's what people perceive and receive. Now, what we want is we want people to perceive and receive our true intention. That's the ideal goal, for people to perceive and receive what our true intention is. It's not always the case. Think about arguments you've ever gotten into in your life, and you said to your significant other, "That's not what I meant," right? It's not what you meant, but it's what he or she perceived and received. When communication goes good is when the other person perceives and receives your true intention. That's when communication is fantastic and phenomenal. But that's not communication. Communication in itself is what people perceive and receive. That's it. When it's fantastic and phenomenal, it's when they perceive and receive your true intention. And I felt so grateful that day that my friend Matt received and perceived my true intention because of how I really feel about Isaac and his partners in this company. And it's because of that, my belief is so high, my confidence is so high. Am I here to tell everybody that Isaac is a perfect human being? No, nobody is. Nobody is, right? Nobody is. The point is that he's a really good person with great intentions and character and heart and integrity. And that's why I'm so excited about my business partner. And I go build this. I can work hours, I can do presentations, I can wake up early, I can stay up late, I can do that because I'm building a company with somebody. That's how I think. I'm building a company with somebody and somebodies that think and feel and act the same way. So I'm here to let all of you know something, right? In all of this being said, edification is so important, but we want to make sure that it's real. When it's real, people will gravitate to this company and to your business. So if you're introducing somebody before a presentation, you have to work on your introduction. And some of you are going, oh my God, is he talking about me? I did the introduction yesterday, or I did the introduction 2 days ago or 3 days ago. It's not about an individual. It's about all of us becoming better, right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you have to practice. Some of you don't practice until it's your time to speak. Don't practice on people. Practice before the game. You know, I'm an athlete, right? Like my coaches used to tell me that you do not have an on and off switch, Mazafra. And they didn't call me Mazafra because they could never say Mazafra. They couldn't even say Najdi. They messed up my last name. They used to call me Najdi for some reason. He didn't want to put the F in my name. And this guy, man, my coach used to say God's name in vain all the time before he said my name. For some reason, this guy had an issue, but everything was God, bam, bam, you know, bam, bam, right? So, but that's what he would do before he would say my name. And he used to say, you don't have a switch. You can't just turn it on and off. How you practice is how you will play. I didn't have the personal development back then. I had a big ego because I was an athlete. I could run faster than most people. So I had this ego. And I used to sit there and say, yes, I can. I can turn the switch on in the game. A lot of athletes believe they don't need to practice. And it's sad because the best in the world practice more than everybody else. And the ones that want to be the best, the ones that want to be the best, or in their mind think that they are, should be practicing more. I'm just telling you, I look at some of the greatest athletes, man. Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul. May he rest in peace. He practiced more than any other NBA player. He did more workouts every day than anybody else. He practiced. And I'm telling you this because his mentality was, if I practice, he eliminates the word fear. He doesn't believe that there's fear. He goes, if you have practiced, there is no fear. Then all there is giving your best, and you live with the outcome. You live with the outcome. And Heather, I agree to a slight change to that. And I know the mentality of that statement. And I want all of you to slightly change practice makes perfect to practice makes permanent. Change it to practice makes permanent, because psychologically you'll accept that more. Because if you practice bad habits, then those bad habits become permanent. They don't become perfect, they become permanent. If you practice good habits, those good habits become permanent. So I'm asking you to practice your edification, practice your presentation, practice if you're going to reach out to somebody, practice this. I'm going to tell you right now, we can help all of you build one of the best businesses you've ever built, if not the best business you'll ever build in your life. But there's going to be practice and work and all of that included. At the beginning, it's just pure excitement. It's like ignorance on fire. When I got started, I lit myself on fire. I couldn't tell you much about products or anything. I could just tell you this opportunity was phenomenal and you needed to get in. You needed to get in. You need to get in now. You need to sign up. You need to sign up now. You need to do that. It was just pure excitement. Sometimes too much knowledge puts people on ice. The more people know, the less they do. The more people know, the less they say. The more people know, the more they judge or prejudge people, instead of just calling everybody and saying, hey, you got to get in. Like, you got to see this. Like, you have to see this. And I don't know if any of you can remember back when you had just gotten in and what it was like. You know, I do. I remember every company I started. This is number 7 for me. I remember every time. I can close my eyes and remember my first company. And it's so funny because I remember my first company, I didn't have results. Man, my first company, I had all this doubt and all this fear, and I didn't want to get trained, and I was scared to death, and I even looked scared, right? Like, this was that guy. Look at this. Even my shirt is too big for me. This was that guy that was scared to death. It's so crazy. and I was scared to make calls, but I was excited. And I was angry at my results, but I was excited. And I was frustrated, and I was excited. But no matter how scared and angry and frustrated this kid was, I had one thing a lot of other people didn't. I was stubborn, and I was never going to quit. That was the one thing that I had. I was never going to quit. Like, never. And Ben just said he saw the hunger in the eyes, man, because I was broke. And I hope you never go in the financial situation that this kid was in. Like, never. And I'm telling you right now, when they taught me the trust, respect triangle, I did it. But I didn't get taught the information for 2 years, right? This was my first training book. I post this, I take this picture on the back of the cover of my first training book, because it was training that helped this kid become who you're looking at today. Training didn't give me a haircut. That was father time. But training helped this kid create a business over and over and over and over and over and over again. And Valerie, you're right. Talking about Tiger Woods practicing the same shot over and over and over and over and over again. You know, there's a movie called The Greatest Game Ever Played. If you're talking about golf, The Greatest Game Ever Played. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's such a good game, and it's based on a true story. And it's about this guy named Francis Ouimet. And when he was a kid, the movie's amazing. I watched it with my daughters. And when he's a kid, he would be upstairs in his room while everybody was sleeping, putting a golf ball. And he did it so much, he knew exactly how to hit it where it would go. And he lived in a house that the floor was all boards, because it was older time, right? It's like 100 years ago. Or 50 or 70 years ago, whatever time it was. But anyways, he had boards, and he would hit the ball, and he knew by the way he hit it and the sound and how it would go from board to board to board into the little cup. But he did it hundreds of times per night, night after night. And his mom had to come upstairs and say, go to sleep. And then the next day he would do it again and again and again. What if you practiced our presentation like that? What if you practiced edification? Most of y'all, when you do edification, you have bullet points. Maybe you have it written out of what you're going to say about the person. And what you have to work on is making sure that it doesn't sound like you're reading something, and it sounds like you are authentically talking about somebody. That's the art of edification. Learning how to build up your expert with pure being authentic, just saying it. When you sit there and say, listen, I'm so excited. I'm going to introduce you to a lady by the name of Ruth. It's so exciting to see what this lady has done, Ruth Sheridan, in our company. In a short period of time, she has had several promotions in our company that normally take people 10 plus years to do. And to watch how she has helped people develop and grow is absolutely amazing. And I've had the opportunity to be coached by her personally. She's taken time out to mentor me throughout the week. And I'm so grateful that you're going to get a chance to hear this presentation from this lady, because she is absolutely amazing. Now, all I said was a few sentences, but it was authentic and real. And it was edification. I didn't read my notes. I didn't read a list. You didn't see me look down. I didn't even know who I was going to pick. I really didn't even know. And normally, can I tell you, I'm going to give you guys a hint. Normally, I pick people because I'm on a computer screen right now. And on my computer screen, I can see 25 boxes like the Brady Bunch. And normally, I see the people on my first screen that have their video on. And that's who I normally pick as examples, just so you guys know. So when you go, hey, I wonder how he picks his examples. It's usually who I can see. I can't even see Ruth at this moment on my front screen because at one point she had her camera on because she was in the car. I don't even know if she's still, I can look on the next screen and guess that she's there. But the point is that so I want you guys to understand, I didn't have it prepared that I was going to talk about Ruth and I wrote down her edification. I just thought about some key points. And if I ask you what you heard me say about Ruth, for one, did I edify her? Yes. Was it authentic? Did it sound real? Did it sound sincere? And the best part of it is it really was, for me, it was my truth about her. It's how I feel about her. I feel like I've been mentored by Ruth because I've been on calls where I've heard Ruth speak and teach. To me, when somebody teaches and I learn, I'm being mentored by them. So I feel I've been mentored by Ruth. I feel like I have learned from her. So everything that I have said about her to edify her at this moment was true and real. But more importantly, how did it sound to you? How did you receive it? Right? That's what I would say about my expert. That's how you need to edify somebody when it is time for them to do a presentation. And you need to work on edification. It's so important, right? You want to work on it if you're doing a three-way call. You want to work on it if you're doing a close. So one of the things that I would do is that if I edified Ruth, or I was telling you earlier, I edified Ben Bradshaw, or if I edified Leah Johns, or if I edified any of you, and I put my guest on with you, then when the presentation is done, if I'm not confident in closing my person to become my business partner, then I'll go back to my expert and I'll go, hey, Ruth, listen, I've got, my friend Bev, she was just on the call. I'd love to put you on a three-way call with her. No problem, is offer perfect. And I'd go, hey, Bev, listen, this is Ruth. This was the lady that just did the presentation. I was telling you all about her. I'm so excited. She has a few minutes for us to be able to connect. Ruth, this is Bev. Bev has been my friend for the last 15 years. We've known each other. Our families have hung out. Or this is Bev. I just met her online and I was actually looking for someone that was motivated and driven in Canada. And I figured she'd be able to give me a referral, and she was open herself. And right now, this is what Bev does, Ruth, and she's looking for an extra income. And I really wanted her to meet you. Thank you for doing a great presentation. Or even if Ruth didn't do the presentation, Trish did the presentation, but Ruth is my expert, I would sit there and say, hey, Bev, listen, this is a lady. She's not the lady that did the presentation, but she is equally as much of a mentor and a leader in our company. But I didn't know which one I was going to be able to get a hold of. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get a hold of Trish just because of timing, or Ruth. Thank God Ruth answered, because I know how many people are tugging at your shoulders, Ruth, and your sleeves. And I'm so glad that you answered my call. And I'm going to introduce you to this lady, Bev. This is all edification. And so let me tell you who Bev is. We just met online. I actually asked her if she could help me. She said yes. And I told her that we were looking for people in Canada. And, and that goes, so Ruth, this is, no problem, Corey. Thank you, buddy. Ruth, this is Bev, this is Ruth. Ruth, I'll turn it over to you. You got to understand something, that when you edify an expert, and I'm talking good about my friend or the person I met on the internet, I turn it over to my expert to speak first. Ruth, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you, Muzaffar. Hey, Bev, nice to meet you. Welcome. I got to tell you this, Bev, if Muzaffar is doing this introduction, he must see something in you that's really special. Just so you know, Muzaffar talks about us, but what he's been doing recently, even though he's only been in the company for 3 weeks, I mean, he's learning at such a rapid pace. Let's say I'm brand new, guys. Forget me being a red diamond. Let's say I'm brand new and I'm introducing somebody. Ruth is telling the truth, right? He's only been in the company 3 weeks, and whatever it is, she's re-edifying me, and she'll go, so Bev, listen, what part of the presentation interested you the most? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Ruth. Thank you for asking. You know, I love everything. Me too. Oh, I know. Gosh, and you guys have a travel program that's coming. Wow, that's fantastic. I've always wanted to travel, and the skincare looks amazing. What do you use? Oh my gosh. You know, Bev, I just figured out my number not too long ago. I've used 71 products already. You know, and they're incredible. Let me tell you, I could tell you about each and every one of them. Now, here's the best part in that statement. Just saying that, at that moment, you don't even have to tell Bev about each and every product. That statement alone will make Bev go, holy crap, she's tried 71? Like 71? That's a lot. Here's the difference. Tell me, you know, I love all the products. I love everything. Fantastic, Bev. I've only tried a couple, and you know, I'm gonna see how the rest are later. It gives a different message, doesn't it? It's a different message. I've tried 71. Bev will automatically in her head say, wow, man, this lady's serious. Like 71, wow. I don't know if I have 71 products in my house. Like, who knows where her brain is going? Like, Bev may be wherever. No, Heather, it doesn't mean you use 71 every day. But if that's the number of products you like that you've tried total, right? Like if that's how many you've tried, yes, it doesn't mean you use 71 every day. Gosh, you know, that's another number I need to know is how many do I really use every day? That's a good one, Heather. You know, I gotta know my numbers. Like, I can't believe I don't. I gotta know how many products I have used in my business and how many I use every day. That's gonna be a cool thing. Like, that's gonna be our thing, right? Like, that's our next like our next call, like maybe the next bronze and above or next Friday. I'm gonna go around going, what's your number? And you're gonna go, my number is 83. My number is 31. My number is 42. My number is 21. My number is 3. And we're gonna look at you like, 3, really? Like, so don't be a 3. I'm just saying, like, you better use some products from now until the time that we ask you, unless you're brand new. If you're brand new and you haven't received your package yet, you might, yeah. So we'll wait till you receive your package and then we'll ask you if you're brand new on this call. I'm just saying. The point is that, you know, as you look at this, I hope this is helping you on the trust, respect triangle. Many people have asked me to talk about this trust, respect triangle and edification and how do we do it. You know, it's such a key important part to this business. You know why else it's important? Because if, for example, Angela is my friend, and me and Angela have been buddies and our families have hung out, and I'm introducing Angela to the business, and I'm the expert, and I'm Angela's friend, and Angela says no, she says no to me, and it's going to put this weird thing in our friendship. I promise you. No matter what you guys think, I promise you. But if I introduce Angela to Trish and Angela says no, she said no to Trish. She dislikes Trish. Sorry, Trish, you're a good person. But Angela dislikes you. And she's still my friend. And she goes, nah, Mazafar, you know, I appreciate what that lady said. It's just not for me. And I go, you know what? She's a nice lady. She really is. She's done extremely well in our company. Don't worry about it. Listen, you know, if you know anyone, great. If you want to just use the products, no big deal. Listen, I'll see, you know, our families will get together next week. Don't even worry about it. And I keep my relationship. That's even more the reason why using an expert. If they say no to the expert. If they say they dislike the expert. But if it's only you, they dislike you. They dislike the expert, which is you. And then it becomes personal. People go, gosh, I hate hearing no because it feels so personal. It does, because you're not using an expert. How did I maintain relationships even though people didn't join my business? It's because I introduced them to an expert. The relationships that I had that went rocky is when I tried to be the relationship and the expert. And those relationships went rocky after people didn't want to do the business. And you guys know people are not going to do the business. And there are people that will do the business. You'll have both. You will have both. It's just part of what we do. You'll have both. So I hope today has helped all of you. I'm so excited to be here. It's been a fun week being home, and I'm so excited for next weekend. Okay, now I don't know how much more to reiterate next weekend's training. All I can tell you is thank you for the kind words, Don and Lester, and appreciate it. What I can tell you guys is this, is I know the subjects and the things and how, I know a lot of what's happening next weekend. All I can tell you is it will not be like this. Like, you're not going to see us in a little Zoom box. Like, that's not going to be the training. The training is going to be, you're going to feel like you're sitting in an actual event. You're going to feel like it. Like, it's going to be incredible. That's what I can tell you. Like, it's going to be what I've always wanted. Just so y'all know, I know the subjects that are being taught. I'm excited that they asked me to be a part of it. And so we're gonna bring the heat. We're gonna bring the heat. So just so everybody knows, it's going to be amazing. And my biggest advice for you right now is get people on that training, even if they're not signed up in secret yet. Even if they're not signed up, right? Wow, Donna, 83, amazing. Right? Even if they're not signed up in the business, ladies and gentlemen, get them on the training. That was one of the things that we always did. Always, 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 always. All week, you want to follow up and get people on the training. All week. Listen, you know what I would say? Seriously, like, if you have somebody that's on the fence and they're like, oh, I'm trying to find the money to get started at Mission 3 or at Professional Package or anything, don't worry about it. Like, next week, not today. Like, normally about 2-3 days before the training, as I'm following up with people, I'd go, listen, invest in yourself, spend $75. And after this weekend, then decide if this business is for you. I wouldn't do it a week in advance. I would get people signed up and help them get people signed up and help them build a team and help them have people on their left team and right team all the way up until Wednesday before the training. Wednesday before the training is when I would sit there and say, hey, listen, when somebody goes, oh, I don't know, let me this, that, I'm gonna try to find that. I go, don't even worry about it. Listen, don't worry about $1,850. Don't worry about $2,000. Don't worry about $1,200. Can you do $75? Well, yeah, I can do 75. Go to the training. I don't make any commissions. Go to the training. Spend 2 days learning this information. And if after 2 days you don't want to build a business, or you don't see that we have the tools, the best product in the world, the best training, and that we can help you do this, don't do it. Don't do it. Right? That's how much I believe in the training. Now, if somebody goes on the offer, somebody watched the training, and they still don't want to do the business, you don't want them at that point, just so you know. Just so you know. Just so you know. What you want is, you want people that are teachable and coachable and trained, and that they see the power of what this business can really do and give them. So I just want to tell you all that I am so proud of you. I know what you are doing for your business, your family, your friends, your contacts, and I'm so proud of you. I hope you go out and have an amazing weekend. Before we wrap up, I would love to ask our leaders, if you're a platinum and above, is there anything that you would like to add that I have missed, or information? Because there's a possibility I've missed a lot. But I would love to ask the platinums and above if they would love to chime in on anything that I've missed, or something they want to add, or a comment, or anything.
Thank you. How about thank you? That was great stuff.
Fantastic. Anyone else?
Hey, Muzaffar.
Yeah, brother.
And it was amazing. Definitely great stuff. I think edification is something that is much needed, and we definitely need to practice and teach on even more. So that was phenomenal. One thing that I will say too is that, as we know that things are coming down the pipe with Secret and, becoming more and more amazing, right? The challenge is people try and play the wait and see game. They're like, oh, I'll reach out when, or I'll do this when, I'll call this person when. And, you'll never build a big business that way. You want to get in front of the wave before the wave happens. That's how you ride it. And so I'll just tell you guys, I would just be checking in with everyone and checking their temperatures, to see where they are, if they're open. Not trying to convince, but I just see how, people are nowadays waiting for a stimulus check, and we can help them get their own and not have to wait on it. So, if you want to ride the wave and get in front of it, you got to start paddling now. And, that comes from smiling and dialing. So, yeah, man.
I agree, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for your leadership. Anyone else?
I just want to say thank you, Ms. Offer. This was a great topic, and we appreciate all that you do, and this is just very helpful, I think, to just for all of us, a good reminder to always be practicing.
Thank you. Anyone else? Perfect. Appreciate you. Have a great day, great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. God bless everyone.